All right, Shalom. This is Brother Yahawashi coming back again. Trying to make this a quick hit, but through the Spirit. But first off, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Barak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom to all the hopeful elect brethren, teaching and pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. All right, and I just got off of work here. Thought while I'm walking home, just try to get a video in through the Spirit. But basically, this morning, I take public transportation. So this morning, I saw a Judite woman, okay, and she was pushing a stroller. She had 2 kids, right? So I see her every morning actually, and man, just the whole spirit of this woman, you could tell, she has demons on her, man. And you could tell that, just examine the whole situation. I was walking right behind them, and I was walking right behind them, and I noticed that we had to walk across this wide road where cars and buses would come through, right? So she's pushing the stroller up the hill. She's ahead of the kid she had tailing behind her, right? He's all the way back there, and she's just pushing the stroller, right? And she's like paying no attention, right? Paying no attention, not even thinking about whether the kid back there is in danger and he's in the road where he could get hit by a car, right? So with that being said, that made me think of this scripture. This is Job 39 and 13. All right, it says, "Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings of the feathers unto an ostrich?" It says, 14, which leaveth her eggs in the earth and warmeth them in the dust, right? And in this case, she was leaving this kid behind, thinking that he was cool, right? And forgetteth that the foot may crush them, and that the wild beasts, Salakia, and that the wild beasts may break them, right? She is hardened against her young ones, right? And hey, all throughout the bus ride, all you hear her, she's yelling, screaming at the kids, this and that, It says, she is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. It says, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted unto her understanding, man. So a lot of our I'm gonna say so-called women, because they don't act like real women, right? They're just brute beasts, man. And they have no sense of danger for themselves, for their children, right? Just as it says in Ecclesiastes, watch over an impotent eye, Salakia. Basically, because there's a bunch of them, but basically, how a woman will abuse herself through over much liberty, basically, right? And in this case, this woman, she was not cautious or being careful with her children, man. And these are the same women who have all these different children, right, by different men, right, collecting child support, and they're just being straight up demons, man. So that just made me think of this scripture here, man. Right? We ain't gonna, we're not gonna experience any women in their right mind until the kingdom, right? Right, and all this because, I'll read 17 again, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding, right? So she has no understanding, she has no wisdom, man. So, that's, one of the reasons why, she's treating her kids and her husband like that, right? And that's also, a part of the curses, and let's get that. That's in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Let me see if I can select you. Let me see if I can find that. chapter 28. Let me see, verse. Bear with me for a second. Hopefully I got enough. Hopefully I got enough memory to complete this video, Lord willing. Let me see. Alright, it should be closer to the beginning. Given to another people. Salaki, hold on, let me see if I can search this up. Oh man, I don't know why this always happens, but I try to look for something. And I know it's in here. But when we're gonna get this scripture before time's out. Astonishment. Let me see. Okay, here it is. Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man, Salakia, yeah, and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. Okay, meaning, just as what it says, man. We're thinking evil towards, our brothers, which, hey, you see that all the time, every day, man. You walk down the street, you guys can't even, most of the time, you can't even look at a Jake without him giving you a mean mug, right? Or you can't walk down the street in the hood without being, without getting robbed. It says, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Boom, right? Which is the case for a lot of our people, fatherless, right? Raised by their mother. Okay? It says, so that he will not give any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left him in the siege, in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates. And that's going into 70 AD, how basically the Romans starved us out in Jerusalem. It says, 56, it says, and the tender and delicate woman among you, right, tender and delicate, because our women used to be tender and delicate, they weren't all brute, they weren't brute beasts like they are now, man. They weren't all brute and rude and clamorous, It says, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness, right? That's how delicate she was. And tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil towards her husband, and you see that all the time. That's why they're making that's why they make the Israelite man pay child support, right? Even though he's already paying for the kid, she wants him to pay more money, right? So she gets money out of that. right? That's why, you know, they trying to, you know, a lot of these women, they're proud, and they think they can fight a man, right? So they'll buck up against their men, right? And in this society, you know, they give power to women, right? So that, yeah, if the woman's stepping out of line and you smack her, right, you go to jail, right? Even though she did something wicked, right? All right, let me continue on. It says, her eye shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, right? So that's, you know, that's just a physical example, you know, that I saw through the spirit this morning, on how, you know, her eye was evil towards her children, you know? Her eye was evil towards her children, and she lacks the wisdom and the knowledge to understand that her children, or her son that was walking in his pathway, was in danger, right? There's a possibility that he could have gotten hit by a car, right? So, you know, until the kingdom, we ain't good, you know. This is, you know, a part of the curses. Until the kingdom, we're not going to experience our women in their right mind. So hold on, let me see here. See if I can get one more scripture in here. All right, this is Revelations 22. Right, this is Revelations 22:3. It says, and there shall be no more curse, talking about in the kingdom, right? Because here we're in our captivity, we have to undergo the curses, but the curses they're going to be lifted up off of us, okay?